you'd prefer that. Being anchored by Andrew Leonard. So I'm Barney Reid. Here on commentary duty for you from Group B. As said, Kuwait versus Saudi Arabia. This Saudi side ranked 24th in the world in T20 international cricket. Kuwait 28th. Should have a very good contest on our hands between two evenly matched sides. It's a well-run single. A very lively start here. Times earlier on, Iran making their T20 international debut against the top-ranked side in this tournament, the UAE. It was a routine victory for the UAE. At times it was quite flat as they just went about their business in securing that opening win. But here it's very lively stuff at the end of that first over. 5 without loss, Saudi Arabia. We should have a cracking game on our hands here in Muscat. We'll have Pradeep Santa Thakur following his left arm spin to start from the end closest to us. We're about extra cover from the batsman's position right now. And Saudi Arabia 6 without loss. Apologies for that. After that first over of 6 in this power play and 20 of this first innings. Both sides, crucial game here. Whoever win this will put themselves in pole position for second place or first place. UAE hot favourites in this group. The top 2 will go through to the semi-finals. Top of this group will play second place in Group A. Second in this group will play top of Group A. And the winner of those semi-finals will secure their place in the final qualifier for the Asia Cup 2020 later in this year, held in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Cut firmly into the offsides. Very well fielded. Rajiva Sandarawan Ravija in the covers there. Well fielded. Very punchy start from Kuwait. Lots of noise as that beats the outside edge. Very noisy Kuwait side. They are very much up for this game. Santa continues round the wicket. Slow left arms. It's driven in the air for a long time. It beats the man at point and it races away for 4. The outfield is very quick in Muscat. Abdul Wahid. Has the first boundary of the day for Saudi Arabia. Driving upish, is wide. Could throw his hands through the ball. Looked like it might have just carried to backward point. but it dissected the gap and raced away for 4. It's very well run from the Saudi pair. That single ends a lively second over. Saudis then 12th without loss after 2 overs. And if these first 2 overs are anything to go by, we should have a great contest on our hand. Keenly contested between these sides, so closely ranked together. Since the ICC opened up full T20 international status to all forms of international cricket, Saudi record, we've played 5, won 3 and lost 2 in that time. Kuwait played a few more, 10, won 4, lost 4, tied 2. Now run away for him, 4 more, clipped off his hip. Abdul Wahid has started very nicely here. Just strayed a bit leg side. Did Mohammed Anzor. And it's just clipped off his hip. And it runs away for 4. Time is pulled backwards of square and all the way for 6. Abdul Wahid locking the part early on. It's dropped in short by Mohammed Ansar and it's pulled away over deep backward square leg for 6. Dismissive shot from Abdul Wahid. Moves on to 18 from 9 balls. What a start he's made. Excellent stuff from Saudi Arabia opener. Mohammed Ansar on debut. Needs to come up with an answer. And he does so nicely. Kuwait side is still buoyant in the field. Full of noise. Very lively. Called wide. Bit wayward from Mohammed Ansar. Gone for 11 so far in this over. And Saudi Arabia started very bright and breezy. This second match in Group B. As Abdul Wahid just leaves well alone outside off stump. Big appeal for a catch down the leg side and given. Abdul Wahid wasn't sure, but the Kuwait players very much were. They are joyous in celebration. Super bowling, they shout. It's a pretty innocuous delivery. Mohammed Ansar has his first wicket in T20 international cricket. It's just drifting down the leg side, and Abdul Wahid's looked to clip it off his legs. He's managed to just clip it through to Usman Patel, fellow debutant, behind the stumps. Takes a smart catch, diving to his left, low down. And Kuwait, very pleased with that wicket. Said how noisy and exuberant they've been, none more so than there. And Abdul Wahid, who had started so well, is the man to go. Faisal Khan burly looking number 5 to the crease. And 23 for 1, Saudi Arabia. Top edge, skied in the air and dropped. Chance goes down. Nearly 2 in 2 for Kuwait. Mohammed Anzar, full teapot mode, hands on hips. Frustrates that top edge, it was swirling. The fielder underneath it never quite got in position. By the time he got there in the end, just shelled it. A lifeline for Faisal Khan, first ball. He gets off the mark in the process. He could well have gone. 24 for 1 after 3 overs. We have a game on our hands here. The Al Amrit Cricket Ground in Muscat, Oman. Pradeep Wasanta will continue with his slow left armers, bowling this 4th over. Faisal Khan just goes back deep in his crease and prods it back down the ground. And Kuwait still very vocal. They have been from ball 1. Faisal Khan this time launches it over mid-on. Huge 6. Planted his front foot and just swung through the line. I do expect fireworks from Faisal Khan. Said he's a big guy. He can obviously hit a long ball. We showed that just there. He has Saudi Arabia's fastest ever 50. And he showed the kind of hitting power that he has with that 6. The ball before, he just prodded it down the ground. And then, that's all he needed for his sighter, just swung through the line. There's a man at more deep mid-wicket out, mid-on's up in the circle, fairly risk-free. Mid-off is back. Then cut through extra cover for 4. Pradeep Wasanta overcompensating for that last one, which was full and then launched back over his head. Drops it a bit shorter, and Faisal Khan just rocked back onto his back foot. Punches it. Square cut through 4. Through for 4. A lovely shot. On here, Kuwait reinforced that offside. Slip comes out. Into the covers, and Faisal Khan rocking back again. This time, mid-on inside the circle does the fielding. Great start here. Saudi Arabia look intent on attacking this Kuwaiti attack. Faisal Khan goes back again and pulls, and it'll be 4 more. There's a man at deep cow corner. Started going off to his right and then had to go back to his left. He's hit so powerfully, he had no chance of cutting that off. Brilliant stuff here from Faisal Khan. Now Kuwait have some thinking to do. Mid-on goes back, mid-off comes inside the circle. It's a Kuwaiti response to Faisal Khan's hits into the leg side. And he goes inside out, just over the head of mid-off. And again it runs away for four. It's clever batting from Faisal Khan. As we said, mid-on had been pushed out, mid-off had come up into the circle. Faisal Khan just tried to open up the offside a bit. And as soon as you beat that in a field, the ball just races away. As it did there. Saudi Arabia off to a flyer. 42 for 1 after 4. Faisal Khan, 19 off just 7 deliveries. Brilliant stuff from him so far. Mohammad Ansar continues bowling his third over. And Kuwait will know all about the capabilities of Faisal Khan. It was here at Al Amarat in Oman earlier in the year, end of January. Between these two sides of Faisal Khan, hit 83 not out from just 28 balls. As Saudi Arabia beat Kuwait. That was the third fastest T20 international half century. Took him just 15 balls. 50. That's a lovely pull shot. Dropped in short. Pulled over fine leg. Short fine leg, that is. It's helped on its way. Faisal Khan, again, the man who hits the boundary. And Kuwait, who's so buoyant in the early goings, full of vim and vigour, all of a sudden having to take stock of things. Faisal Khan absolutely at his destructive best thus far. This time goes into the leg side. There's a man out here though, just in front of us. It's Pradeep Wasanta. Does the fielding, just a single. Brings up the 50 for Saudi Arabia already inside 5 overs after just 4.5 overs so far. Faisal Khan moves on to 26 not out. Back-to-back wides from Mohammad Ansar. Can't really be affording that when Saudi Arabia have started so well. They don't need any more encouragement. End of that 5th over. Saudi Arabia 52 for 1. Going at a nudge over 10s. This will be the last over of the power play. And with Faisal Khan on strike, you imagine he'll be trying to make the most of these 6 deliveries before the extra men are able to go outside that inner circle. And we'll have a change of bowling. Captain Mohammad Aslam, Ahmed Nawir. This is first assignment as Oman captain. He took over from Mohammad Kasif, who's still in the side. But just not marshalling the troops or doing the official coin toss anymore. See how Mohammad Aslam goes now. Similar to Pradeep, bowling slow left armers. He has a mid-on and a mid-off on the fence. No of the men out. This is the last over of the power play. Launch towards that man at long on. He takes a routine catch. The captain strikes with his first ball, and you can see how much that means to Saudi Arabia. Faisal Khan goes for a rapid 26 off of just 11 deliveries. A fine knock from Faisal Khan. I did say he was going to try and make the most of these 6 balls. He's not able to. Trying to launch it like he had done previously over long on, but just picks the fielder out. And we're just mid on and mid off on the rope. I wonder whether Faisal Khan could have instead maybe gone a bit squarer if he was going to go over the top. Instead, picked the man out at long on. Mohammed Amin doing the routine piece of fielding. 52 for 2. Brings Shamsuddin Inglam Purat to the crease. Right-handed batsman. Like Faisal Khan, he looks a strong fella just in his build. That wicket really has lifted Kuwait again. Big drive outside off stump and gone. Second ball. Excellent catch from Usman Patel behind the wickets. And Kuwait are delirious. 52 for 3. All of a sudden, what a difference a couple of wickets makes. Shamsuddin trying a big drive, just his second delivery. Gets the outside edge. And the captain, Mohammad Aslam, 2 wickets with his first 3 deliveries. Excellent stuff from him. Malik Mohammed Naeem, the new man in. .37-year-old right-handed batsman, Naeem. Naeem's played important innings for Saudi already in their brief T20 international history. 17 not out in a successful run chase against Qatar during that series that you mentioned before here in Muscat back in January. 31 not out as well in a similar successful run chase over the Maldives. He also hit 42. And this time in a losing run chase against Bahrain during that same series. That was Saudi Arabia's first ever T20 international, that game. Here at the end of that first power play, 52 for free, Saudi Arabia. Faisal Khan's 26 off 11 balls, Abdul Wahid's 18 off 12. The standout performances with the bat for the Saudis. Captain Mohammad Aslam for Kuwait taking 2 wickets in that over, his first 2 double wicket maiden. Excellent stuff from the Kuwait captain. Just when they needed to rein in Saudi Arabia, it's the captain who steps up and does just that for his side. Ilyas Budadura. Apologies. Syed Monib, the new man coming in. Instantly a big appeal from him. Seemed to rush the batsman a little bit. Sajid Imran looked a little bit rushed by Monib's first delivery. Fielding restrictions eased a little now. We have a man out. Deep square leg. A long off. Another one at cover. As well as third man and fine leg. Also on the rope. Quick and great carry, but wide down the leg side. Sharp stuff from Manib, though. Manib also making his debut for Kuwait. Lets out a big grunt when he delivers the ball. So he's putting a lot of effort in on his release. Giving it his absolute everything. Slip comes out into mid-wicket. A hopeful appeal, to say the least, from Manib. Always high and going down the leg side. Not a lot going for it. Brakes have really been put on Saudi Arabia these last couple of overs. Since Faisal Khan's departure. That stunning over from the Kuwait captain. Mohammad Aslam, double wicket maiden. Cut straight to point. Great catch at backward point. And Manib has his first T20 international wicket. It was short and it was wide. And it was there for Sajid bin Ram to do exactly what he was trying to do. Beat that man at point. A great catch. Both feet off the ground. Is one for the cameras. Diving to his left. Safe pair of hands though. Saudi Arabia, after that excellent start, 57 for 4 at the end of the 7th over. Sajib, as you see there in those pictures, trudges off. Slow, painful walk back to the tented pavilion that we have here on this pitch. He brings the Saudi captain, Shoaib Ali, to the crease with his side 4 down. Having made such an impressive start, Kuwait have really responded. Excellent couple of overs. And if you thought they were vocal before, that's really going to put the wind at their sails. captain Mohammed Aslam will continue after that double wicket maiden he started off with that really hauled his side back in front now. No run. Naeem just prodding it into the offside before being sent back. Into the offside there. The first runs off of the captain's bowling. Brings a new man on to strike. Shoaib Ali, Saudi Arabia captain, will face his counterpart for the first time. Playing a miss. Shoaib Ali looks to cut, and another superb over from Mohammed Aslam. He's gone for just one run off his 2 overs, picked up those 2 crucial wickets as well. 58 for 4 now, Saudi Arabia, after 8 overs. Excellent from Kuwait. I have the pleasure now of being joined by the Kuwaiti team manager, Mahmood Abdullah.
Hi
Hello,
there.
Mahmood.
Hi, how are you doing?
Lovely. Thank you for joining us
My pleasure.
on this lovely day. First things first, Saudi Arabia started very well, but your guys have really pulled them back in these last couple of overs. Very good response.
They did, yes. I mean, the Saudis, they were 52, I think, in 5 overs for 1 wicket. But then our captain did the miracles. 2 wickets in 1 over without any runs. And then Munib, who's just now bowling, is also took a wicket. So this is, this is cricket. You know, it can change very quickly within a couple of overs. Everything changes, and this is it. You know, we are hoping that we can limit them below 150. I think we can do that, and that will be a good target for our guys if we can. And as mentioned to you earlier, we have 4 debutant guys. First time we have 1 Afghanistani player who is now bowling, Munib, and the keeper, Osman Ghani, and Afzal left-arm batsman, and Ansar, the opening bowler, who took 1 wicket as well. So, but they're doing well. You know, they're trying to teach him to also perform well under pressure as well. I mean, we had a very long chat last night with the team for nearly a couple of hours about how to cope with pressure. Things might start looking bad, but then, as you know, in cricket, things do change very quickly, and it has. Now we put the brakes on. Hopefully we can force them to make mistakes. The more dot balls they are, the batsmen will definitely start making mistakes.
Absolutely, and it will be a learning curve for some of these players, as you said, make it 4 debutants today. But they've all looked impressive so far, the ones that have had an impact on the game. And Patel, 2 good catches behind the wickets. Yes. Munib saying just now on commentary, he's a player that seems to give everything. He's very vocal, he grunts when he leaves when the ball leaves his hand. He's putting in a lot of effort. And Ansar did well with the ball earlier on against Saudi openers who were very aggressive. There'll be 2 into the leg side. Saudi Arabia.
I mean, we deliberately went through some changes in the past year or so. We concentrated on youngsters, and now the average age of this team is around 25, which is what we are aiming to do to build for the future. You've seen the catch, one of the catches there. I mean, only youngsters can do that. So this is what we need. Young guys that can really throw themselves around and not be afraid of getting injured. So yes, we are hoping that Kuwait will improve on their legacy that we had. Initially, many years ago, we were one of the top teams in the Gulf, but now we struggled the last few years. Now, hopefully, we will catch up.
As you said, it's a conscious effort to breathe new life into this Kuwaiti side. Can you explain the reasoning for that and why you guys have tried to bring about a change in your playing team?
Well, we realized a few years ago that the team was not performing as we wished it to. So, thanks, of course, to the president of Kuwait Cricket, Mr. Haider Farman, and the members of the board, that they decided that putting some benefits and incentives for the players to encourage them. Plus, of course, there has been a lot of changes in the executive committee that looks after the domestic leagues, and appointing a new coach from Sri Lanka, Mr. Pushkar Kumar. That helped because the way he helped to pick the teams through a selection committee was based on statistics of how these players performed, and we tried to concentrate on the youngsters, even the under 19 and so on, trying to see if we can bring some of the players from under 19. Unfortunately, we could not this time because there are a few under 19 players doing their exams, so we had to miss them out. But yes, we realized that we want to go somewhere, and we were not. So we had to do these changes, and I hope the result at the end of not just today, we will look at each match as a final. Hopefully after 3 matches that we can reach the semis, and God willing, we can reach a final as well.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Saudi Arabia finishing that over with a boundary from captain Shoaib Ali, 68 for 4 after 9 overs.
Thank you very much.
Oh, Mahmood is going.
Yeah, thank you. I'll go on to see my team. How's it doing?
Good luck. Good luck. Thank you very much for joining us, Mahmood, team manager of Kuwait, giving us a bit of insight into the side, how they're blooding some more youthful players. He's keen to go and watch how they get on. It's the captain, Mohammed Aslam, who continues bowling this, the 10th over of Saudi Arabia's innings. Captain to captain. Shoaib Ali looks to cut, misses. Like, push that through quicker. Mohammed Aslam. Great fielding, sharp, and a run out. Excellent work. And Shiraz Dumbara doing the fielding. Bullet throw right over the top of the stumps for Usman Patel to whip the bails off. There's Mohammed Naeem called through by his captain for the single. He will now be making that walk back out for 8. Another 13 deliveries. It's that pressure that Mahmoud Abdullah, the Kuwaiti team manager, was just telling us about. Building dot ball pressure, stopping the Saudi side from scoring. And it makes them, forces them into a mistake. More excellent fielding from Kuwait. They did drop that one chance earlier on today. They've also taken a superb catch and forced a run out. Both of which brought about by Shiraz Ududumbara. Munib will continue then. Halfway stage, Saudi Arabia, 69 for 5. Their captain, Shoaib Ali, has a big task at hand now. He's the man on strike. Abdul Wahid at the non-striker's end. Edge over the keeper's head, and it races away for 4. Bit of luck for the Saudi captain, who has a rebuilding job on his hands all of a sudden. Earlier on, they were 52 for 1 after 5 overs. All of a sudden, been reined in. The next 5 went for just 17 and saw 4 wickets fall. Just highlights the ups and downs of T20 cricket. Pendulum swings. And often Mahmoud Abdullah, who joined us briefly, the Qatar team manager, saying they hope to keep the Saudis to 150 and under. Halfway stage. That very much looks like a pass score. Driven, and Shoaib Ali, the Saudi Arabia captain, nicks off. Excellent again from Munib on debut. drawing and inducing the outside edge. Excellent catch again. Fellow debutant Patel behind the sticks. This is very good from Kuwait. Saudi Arabia 74 for 5. '74 for 6, sorry. As you see here, Munib and Aslam, his captain, really hauled their side back in. 2 for 19 so far from Munib. He has 3 balls left to this, his third over. Mohamed Aslam 2 for 2 from his free. Mohamed Ansar made the breakthrough earlier on, 1 for 28. Pradeep Wasanta took a bit of a battering at the hands of Faisal Khan earlier on. But boy, Kuwait have responded well. Saudi Arabia wicketkeeper Zishan Sarfraz Butt joins Abdul Wahid at the wicket, and all of a sudden they have a big task on their hands. Slip in place from Kuwait. They're on the attack. They smell blood. Four leg buys to the Saudi Arabia cause. Big appeal from Kuwait, but clearly going down the leg side. And this field here at Oman, the ball just races away once you beat that inner ring. Excellent start to this over from the Kuwait captain, Mohammed Aslam. Just the one run from it. That finishes the Kuwaiti captain's spell. 4 overs, 2 wickets, just 3 runs from it. Excellent stuff. Really has turned the game on its head. Saudi Arabia, who are 51 for just 1 after 5 overs. Suddenly 79 for 6 after 12. Brilliant stuff from Kuwait. Big appeal for LBW and given. Wicket first ball. Mohammed Ansar, who opened the bowling with his medium pace earlier on, comes on to bowl off spin this time. Picks up a wicket with his first ball. This is Shiraz, the bowler. He's been so good in the field, having a real impact on this game. Kuwait all of a sudden absolutely running through this Saudi batting lineup. Remarkable turnaround. You just see a reminder of how Saudi flew out of the traps. Abdul Wahid, Faisal Khan at their side, flying along. No player since has reached double figures. Kuwait have really put the mockers on the Saudi batsmen. As you see, 2 for 3, Mohammed Aslam. What a spell. Saeed Munib, who's just brought out of the attack, 2 for 19. A wicket for Ansar and a wicket for Shiraz. Excellent response from Kuwait. Saudi Arabia 79 for 7. The start of this 13th over. Brings Usman Ali to the crease, number 9, Saudi Arabia. And he's off the mark, first ball, turning it into the leg side. Must say apologies to Shiraz for attributing his wicket to Mohammed Ansar originally. Very different type of bowler. Tall. Off spinner for Kuwait. Clearly not a huge turner of the ball. Just looking to bowl nagging, consistent lines. Put the Saudi batsmen under a bit of pressure by restricting their scoring. Done that well so far. Just 3 runs from the first 5 balls of this over, including that big wicket. Calls of 2. There won't be. Very good fielding from Kuwait. At the end of that 13th over then, Saudi Arabia 83 for 7. 7 overs to go. Just a reminder that this is the second game in Group B of the ACC Western Region T20. Shapes Asia Cup qualification. UAE earlier romped to a 10-wicket win over T20 international debutants Iran. They're the other two teams in this group. And whoever wins this make a big leap. A big boost to their own qualification hopes. Captain Mohammad Aslam obviously comes out of the attack, having bowled his 4 overs. 4 very good overs from the Kuwait captain. Let's see, Pradeep Wasanta will replace him. Pretty much like for like. Slightly more round arm action. Still another slow left armour. It's Pradeep who bore the brunt of some brutal Faisal Khan hitting earlier on. Went for 24 from his first 2 overs. Having opened the bowling in the power play. Much better time to bowl now. Saudi Arabia 7 down and the fielding restrictions slightly relaxed. Shout of catch from the captain. Safely evades the bowler. Single to end the over. Saudi Arabia 87 for 7. 6 overs remaining. And this is their first innings. Be hoping to make the most of these overs. First of all, get above 100. Then get above 120. See how far they can go. 6 overs left. 36 balls. In the bank. 3 wickets. In the hutch. Shiraz, who continues. Very well run single. And this Saudi pair. They'll need more of that. Good clear communication, good running. Pick up ones when they might not necessarily be there. Turn ones into twos when they can. Driven hard down the ground. Just one. Osman Ali moves on to 6. Zishan Sarfraz comes on to strike. 5 from 12 balls. Short and wide and cut. Beats short third man. Runs away for a much needed boundary. Zishan, who picks up 4. Good start to the over this from Saudi Arabia. 7 from the first 4 balls. Should just be one, and is. They'll be after more of the same in these final few overs. Nine runs from that over, 96 for 7. They go at nines for the remainder of this. Get up to 140-ish. 140, 150. Will be a competitive score. Something to defend. Something that Kuwait will not feel is anywhere near beyond them, though. Very confident side. Five overs to go then. Pradeep Wasanta to bowl his fourth and final over of his spell. It's driven firmly through extra cover and it'll run away for 4. Excellent shot. Beats the captain Mohammed Aslam, diving in the covers to his left. So very firmly struck. Excellent from Zishan. Firm cover drive. It's Mohammed Amin who's in front of us. Cover on the boundary. No chance of getting round to that. Zishan tries to dummy coming down the wicket to throw Pradeep off of his length. Just prods it for a single. That 4 right up the Saudi 100. Now 102 for 7. Midway through the 16th over. They managed 6 runs from the first 4 balls. Another good start to the over, getting that boundary in early. Somewhat eases the pressure if you can do that. Skied up straight to the fielder. The routine catch it long on. That's the 8th wicket to fall. 102 for 8, Saudi Arabia now. It's Usman Ali. He's trying to go for a big straight hit. He got right underneath it. He got quite a lot of it, but right underneath it. Didn't get the distance and just picked the fielder out long on. Only had to come in 15 yards or so off the boundary. Palms raised in the air. Simple catch. First wicket for Pradeep Wasanta. He'll be pleased with that. So he's got a little bit of tap today. Adil Butt is the new man for Saudi Arabia, coming in at 10. Zishan, who's on strike though. He has an important role to play now. 15 from 16. The onus is on Zishan to make use of these final 4 overs as much as possible. And also for his partners to make sure they hold up an end and get him on strike as much as possible. As if Saudi Arabia are going to make use of these 4 overs and try and get up to that 140 mark. Zishan will have to do the bulk of the heavy hitting. And he won't start on strike at the beginning of the 16th over. 17th over, sorry. Saudi Arabia 102 for 8. Adil Butt will face his first delivery. Good start from Shiraz. Forcing the Saudi player onto his back foot. Well, this time Adil gets off the mark. They don't run two. Zishan loses the strike. I feel like they could have really pushed the field and got two there. It's right in the middle of those two fields, long on and deep mid wicket. Big appeal, not given. So run through, scamper, a bye. Get Zishan back on strike. 23-year-old. Making his T20 international debut. He's looked very good so far. Mohammad Anzar will come back into the attack. It's bowled the 18th over for Kuwait. It's Adil. He'll be on strike. So with 3 overs to go, Saudi Arabia 106 for 8. How many can they get? 18 balls remaining. At one stage, it looked like they were going to be on for a mammoth total. Going over 10 and over after 5. Since then, they've been reined in dramatically. Zishan looks to paddle it round the corner. Doesn't get enough on it, and it's an excellent catch from Usman Patel. He's been superb behind the wickets today in his first appearance for Kuwait. The pace just not quite there to carry it over the wicketkeeper's head. Instead, straight into his gloves. Zishan goes, having made 16 from 20 balls. Saudi Arabia 107 for 9 now. And they're well short of where they'd want to be, especially considering that lightning fast start that they had earlier on today. They'll be very disappointed. That they haven't gone on to make a bigger total than what they look like they're going to get. But Hamid Ansar, they're picking up his second wicket. Imran Yusuf, sorry. The last man in for Saudi Arabia. And that is a run away for 4. 5 wides. It's Ansar round the wicket, trying to fire it wide of the off stump, but that was very wide. Gives Patel no chance. And as you'll see, and we're finding out this morning and this afternoon, these first 2 games, this outfield is lightning quick. Handy 5 runs added to the Saudi total though, forcing Ansar into a change of tactics coming over the wicket. Imran Yusuf pulling it down the ground, picks up a single. Free. It's high in the air, mid-off coming underneath it, and takes a simple catch. And that wraps up the Saudi innings. 113 all out. There's still 2.1 overs left in the bank. Having made such a strong start earlier on, 52 for 1 after 5 overs. All of a sudden, Mohammad Aslam came into the attack and just dropped a bomb in the Saudi batting lineup. They couldn't cope, as the Kuwaitis were superb from then on, hauling their side back into it. And obliterating the remaining Saudi batsmen. As we see here, Abdul Wahid's 18 off 12, and then Faisal Khan's imperious 26 off 11. Had the Saudi Arabia side off to a flyer, but then just Zishan at the end, making 16 from 20, reaching double figures. It wasn't good enough from Saudi Arabia in those middle overs. And Kuwait, led by their captain, Mohammad Aslam, 2 for 3 from his 4 overs. Really turned the game on its head. Mohammad Ansar ends up with 3 for 35 from 3.5. You see also Saeed Munib making his debut, excellent throughout. Him and Aslam really did put Kuwait in control. 2 for 19. Shiraz also picking up a wicket and bringing about a masterful run out and taking a superb catch as well. He had a very good hand in that innings. Pradeep Wasanta also picking up a wicket. Everyone chipped in for Kuwait. So at the interval, halfway through this second game in Group B, the ACC Western Region T20s, Saudi Arabia finish up 130 all out. And when we return shortly, Kuwait will need 114 for victory. Welcome back to Al Amarat ground here in Muscat in Oman. Reminder of Saudi Arabia's innings earlier on. We're off to a flyer, 52 for 1 after 5, and then slumped to 113 all out by the end, leaving 2.1 overs still in the bank. So that means Kuwait need 114 for victory in their reply. This, the second game of Group B in the ACC Western Region T20 tournament, where the top two teams in this group will advance to the semi-finals, and then the winners of those semi-finals will book a place in the final regional qualifier for the 2020 Asia Cup. That final qualifier will be played in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia in August of this year, before the tournament proper, where one team from these Western and Eastern Asian qualifiers will go on to meet 5 full members under the ACC banner, including India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh and Afghanistan. UAE bagged a big win to get up and running earlier on over Iran. 10-wicket victory that. And whoever wins this will join them at the top of the group. It's Rajiva Sandarawan face that first ball, opening up the batting for Kuwait. Facing Adil Butt. Big, strong looking lad taking the new ball for Saudi Arabia, who, like Kuwait earlier on, very noisy in the early goings in the field, looking to provide that extra lift for their bowlers. That full toss is punched down the ground. It races away for 4. Kuwait's first boundary of the innings. But just over pitching. A full toss put away by Rajiva. Dispatching the bad ball. Didn't have to ask him twice, as he just punched it down the ground for 4. It brings about a slight change in the field. They did have 2 slips in Saudi Arabia. One of them's come out to cover in response to that first boundary of the Kuwait reply. Oh, top edge. God, just short of third man. Big booming attempt at a drive. He's driving on the up. Quite a risky shot. Nearly carried all the way to third man. Came up just short. End of that first over then. Kuwait 5 without loss. All of those runs coming off of Rajiva's bat. I have spin from the other end. All 4 teams so far have started off with a spinner. The Usman Ali. Another slow left armour. We've seen quite a few today. Ahmed Raza from the UAE. Mohammad Aslam. And Pradeep Wasanta in Kuwait's effort with the ball. And Usman Ali's first ball is met dismissively. Dropped short and pulled away to backward square leg for 4. Diju just rocking back very confidently. And backs up. Very good cricket. Prodding it into the offside and picking up a single. He's done his bit for the over. Diju Sheely Xavier. Very strong name. Cut into the offside and it's 4 more. Excellent start from Kuwait. Rajiva rocking onto their back foot, cutting hard through point. Very confident stuff from Kuwait so far. Saudi Arabia won't want this run chase to get away from them. The early goings. Cut again. That side now. Means there's no way through this time. Good reply from Usman Ali. 4-1-4, and he's backed up with 2 dot balls. Want to see that out now. And he does. Strong second half of the over for Usman Ali. Strong first half of the over from Kuwait. Took 9 runs from it. Yeah, 14 without loss after 2 overs. A very confident start to this reply. Just 100 more needed for Kuwait. And this pair's opening fixtures. Just looking ahead, Saudi Arabia take on Iran tomorrow morning, 9:30 local time. Iran making their T20 international debut earlier on, swept aside by the UAE, who will be strong favourites in this group. They will face Kuwait from 1:30 local time. Kuwait up against the favourites in the group. Will want a win to carry into that fixture. And it's a drop chance, driven very firmly. Back at Adil Butt in his follow through. There was a chance. It's gone down. Early let off for Rajiva. Slight change on the Saudi side. Shobir Ali, the captain, just bringing out his man that was in slip, reinforcing again that offside field. A little bit extra protection. It's high in the air. Should be out. Should be the first wicket. Mid-off takes the catch. Does the necessary. And Saudi Arabia have their breakthrough. Adil Butt with the wicket. It's Diju, Sheely Xavier trying to go downtown. Similar to Saudi dismissal earlier on. Just got underneath it and skied it to mid-off. It's in the air for a long time. He had to wait a while. Ended up completing an assured catch. Good start from Saudi Arabia. They need wickets. They need early ones. That's the first. Captain Mohammad Aslam to the crease. Excellent with the ball earlier on. Now comes in at 3. Captain's privilege. Bowl my 4 overs. Thank you very much. Bat 3. Thank you. He's excellent with the ball earlier on, though. I hope he can replicate that form with the bat. He won't be on strike to start with, though. That'll be Rajiva, the batsman crossed. Adil Butt, the bowler. Got that breakthrough. Driven hard in the air for a long time. Falls just short of mid-off. It's nearly 2 in 2. Very firmly struck from Rajiva again. It's in the air for a long time, but not long enough from a Saudi Arabia perspective. Fell just short. It's breathed new life into the Saudi fielders. This time pulled into the leg side. Upish again. But easily clears the inner ring, and it's 4 more. Ravija certainly isn't hanging around. Keen to play his shots. Goes to 15 from 11. Ravija trying to get this over in a hurry. Adil Butt tries to respond and goes over extra cover again. Very good shot this time. Again, Upish. He's timed it very well. Muscled it over the infield. Very good reply from Ravija there. Back-to-back boundaries. After Saudi Arabia made that first breakthrough. Adil Butt picking up the wicket of Diju. But then 2 fours at the end of the over from Ravija. Move him on to 19 from 12. And Kuwait 23 for 1. Halfway through the power play. Needing 91 more runs from 17 overs. captain, Mohammad Aslam, will face his first delivery. Encouragement all round for Saudi Arabia bowler, and they like what they see. Bringing a man in, shortish extra cover, another one at square leg. Shoaib Ali showing that he's more than happy to have a tinker in the field. So far, some sloppy fielding in the end. Abdul Wahid lets the ball go through for a single and relieves the pressure. Mohammad Aslam gets off the mark. There's a mix-up. It's picked the wrong end. It's Abdul Wahid again. He's fumbled it. Caused some doubt in the Kuwait batsman. Had he gone to the wicketkeeper's end, I feel like Ravija would have been in more trouble than Mohammad Aslam at the other end. Ravija goes down the track this time, but he beats the infield, and again should race away and does. It's 4 more. Thick inside edge. Not the most convincing of Ravija's boundaries so far, but it's still a boundary. That's all that matters in his mind and in Kuwait's mind. So move on to 28 for 1 after 4 overs. The other Abdul Wahid, wearing number 33, will come into the attack in a change of bowling. His first ball, it's a full toss on leg stump and clipped away for 4. Not a good start from Abdul Wahid. Drifting onto the pads, a bit of a gimme for Mohammad Aslam. The Kuwait captain, he just puts it away. He slipped over when he was trying to turn in the return popping crease. Seemed infuriated by it, kicking the turf. Not pleased. He should be. It was a lovely shot for 4 that preceded his trip. Another slight change. Fine leg, who was on the boundary, now coming round to deep square leg on the ropes. Shoaib Ali goes into a short fine leg. Firm drive down the ground. It's just 1. Swept firmly, and for 6. Ball bounces away just in front of where we're sat in the little commentary area. Ravija, lovely sweep shot. Down on one knee, big slog sweep. All the way for 6. Goes on a 29 from 16 balls. Very positive, very aggressive. Oh, that's a great response. Abdul Wahid got that through. That was sharp. Flew through at shoulder height. Excellent delivery. Great response. Fiery from Abdul Wahid. Didn't take kindly to being swept as if he was a spinner. Excellent reply. Short again, but this time it's down the leg side and wide. The line wayward on this occasion. That's what's so good about the ball before. Really arrowed in to Ravija. Throat level. Goes Fuller and again wide, this time outside the off stump. Just a little bit sloppy from Abdul Wahid, those last 2 balls. They don't have a huge amount of runs to play with. Can't afford too many of these. This over's already gone for 13. 1 ball to go. It's prodded into the offside. It beats the field. As we've been saying all day, it's lightning quick, the outfield here. Ravija just opened the face, nudged it into the gap. Once he beat the man at backward point and cover point, it was always going to be 4. Excellent shot. And Kuwait 45 for 1 after 5. They've already broken the back of this run chase. 69 more required from 15 overs. Saudi Arabia need wickets. They're making a change in bowling as they pursue those much needed wickets. Imran Yusuf coming into the attack. Sloppy fielding again. This time Shabsuddin Purat getting the covers, just lets the ball go through him, and Oman easily get through for the single. Imran Yusuf running up and bowling his leg spinners. And it's launched over extra cover, bounces once and goes for 4. Brings up the 50 for Kuwait. 50 for 1. Inside the 6 over. Very reminiscent of how Saudi Arabia started off earlier on. They were 52 for 1 after 5. And it was the 6th over, the final over of the power play. The captain, Mohammad Aslam, really turned the game on its head. Ravija on 37, not out now. So he goes down the wicket again, top edges it, but it beats the infield and races away once more. Such value for money if you can just get it over the infield. Even if you top edge it and don't time it like Ravija did there, invariably the ball's racing away to the fence. He moves into the 40s, 41 from 21 balls. He's put his side in firm control of this run chase. Just 60 more needed. This time he cuts in front of square and again goes for 4. Three fours in succession as Ravija goes on to 45. Saudi side now gone quiet in the field. Oh, and dropped. Ravija on the back foot, trying to punch into the offside, gets the outside edge. Imran Yusuf, shoulders slumped in disappointment at that. Zishan, the wicketkeeper, puts down the chance. That could be significant in this game. Ravija 45 not out at the time, dropped by Zishan, having hit 3 boundaries in a row off of that Imran Yusuf over. Ending the power play 58 for 1 after 6 overs, when it should have been 58 for 2. Ravija Sadrawan comes back on strike. The 27-year-old enjoys playing here. Al Amarat hit 103 against Bahrain in January 2019. It's 68 not out against the Maldives, that same tour. He's hit 88 against Qatar in July. He has plenty of runs so far in Kuwait's burgeoning T20 international history, and he has 6 more. It's tossed up. Shoaib Ali just looking to entice the batsman. Boy, was he enticed, launching it over the ropes for 6 to bring up his 50. Fine innings so far. And Ravija moves on to 51 from 25 balls. It's his 3rd 50 in T20 international cricket. And he goes again, this time straighter, but it's the same result, 6 more. This is a dominant performance so far from Ravija Sadrawan. Saudi Arabia captain Shoaib Ali just being dismissed with back-to-back 6s. Kuwait 71 for 1. Ravija 57 off of 26 deliveries. 43 more required for Kuwait to win this. Ravija this time Goes in deep in his crease. Taps it back down the wicket. You see, Shoaib Ali had a clear game plan to toss the ball up and entice Ravija and try and force a mistake. He's bowling from about 30 yards at the moment as well, releasing the ball way before the popping crease. Ends the over by being pulled away for another 4. Poor over that from the Saudi Arabia captain. He's gone for 17 from it. 2 6s and a 4, plus a single. They can't afford an over such as that. Kuwait 75 for 1. They need just 39 for victory. 13 overs to do it. But at this rate, they won't need many more of them. Ravija racing along. He's now on 61 from just 28 balls. Stunning innings. Rafija's back on strike. Imran Yusuf, the bowler. Tossed up, driven firmly down the ground. Straight to the man though, at mid-off. It'll just be 1. Imran Yusuf will be pleased to have Ravija off strike. It brings Mohammad Aslam back into the fray. Well bowled from Imran Yusuf. That's the area he's got to be. Much better length. Good line as well. Swept very well from Mohammad Aslam. Just paddled round the corner. Will just be 2. Good manoeuvring of the field. Very impressive the way Kuwait have hauled themselves back into this game. Well, first hauled themselves into it and then just put a big distance between them and Saudi Arabia, who were racing along earlier on. Should they go and lose this? Be wondering what could have been after that flying start they made with the bat. Kuwait 80 for 1 after 8. Motoring along at exactly 10 and over. Need just 34. 12 remaining overs. And if Ravija Sandrawan has anything to say about it, they certainly won't need 12 overs to get this, knock off this remaining total. He has 62 from 29 balls. He's been belligerent so far. So it's captain Mohammad Aslam who's on strike. He's got 12 not out. And again, just paddles it round the corner. Lovely shot. This time, will race away and beat the man. Deep backward square leg who can't get round in time. Just using the pace of the ball and tucking it round the corner. Mohammad Aslam. Lovely shot. see Ravija Sandarawan, the breakdown of his innings so far. 10 fours and 3 sixes, going at a strike rate of 213. Excellent stuff from him. 29 balls for his 62 not out. Yeah, Mohammad Aslam tucks it into the leg side. Let's see, he's going over a runner ball himself. This time, Ravija Sandarawan launches another 6. It's been an excellent display of hitting from Ravija. Moves on to 69 from 31 balls. This time going over the man. There's a man there long off on the boundary. Ravija doesn't matter. Doesn't care. Launches another 6. Shoaib Ali now. It's gone for 31 from just 2 overs. Saudi Arabia captain had a bit of a nightmare with the ball. Being a bit on the wrong end of some brutal Ravija Sandarawan hitting. See there, 70 from 32 deliveries. It's captain Mohammad Aslam at the other end, just ticking it over, 18 off 16. Doing exactly what he needs to do. Run a ball and get his danger man on strike. 94 for 1 then Kuwait, 9 overs in. Just need 20 more runs to open their account in this ACC Western Region T20 tournament with a victory. It's another 6 for Ravija Sandarawan. It's been brutal. Brings up the Kuwaiti 100. Ravija Sandarawan now 76 not out. We need just 14 more to win. Oh, Kuwait. Sandarawan. This time just a single down the ground. Been an excellent performance from him. Leading from the front. Mohammad Aslam beats the infield. And again, it just races away for 4. Kuwait now just coasting to this target. Nine more required then for Kuwait. There's one of them. Just a case of counting down now. Excellent performance from Kuwait. Really laying down a marker ahead of their showdown with the UAE tomorrow. They'll be the 2 teams that have won their first games. As this time Ravija pulls it straight, and there's a man there at long on, but it's so powerfully hit. It beats him and goes for 4. And it is just 4 more required now. Look at Ravija Sandarawan, the breakdown of his innings. 81 off of 35 balls, 11 fours and 6 sixes. Stunning knock from the Kuwait number 3. He goes again downtown, but just a single. on this occasion. And halfway through Kuwait's allotted overs. They're 111 for 1. They need just 3 more runs for victory. A victory at one stage that looked almost unlikely. Saudi Arabia 52 for 1. Keep mentioning, but it's such a key moment in the game. After 5 overs, racing along, then Mohamed Aslam took the ball, turned the game on its head. Usman Ali come back in to the attack for Saudi Arabia. Kuwait just moments away from wrapping up this win. They need just 2 more runs for victory after Ravija throws that, hits that into extra cover. Good throw from the fielder out there, hitting the base of the stumps all the way from that boundary. So 2 required. Mohamed Aslam on strike. The man who turned the game on its head earlier on. With the ball. And who now has 23 from 18 in this excellent partnership. That single ties the scores. Kuwait $113 for 1. And overthrows will hand them the victory. A sorry end to the day for Saudi Arabia, who lose by 9 wickets to Kuwait. Confusion on the field as to whether they've knocked the total off, but the scorecard reads 114 for 1, which means a 9-wicket win for Kuwait. The umpires weren't too sure. We certainly were. Ravija Sandaran, the hero of the bat, 83 not out from 38 balls. Excellent knock from him. Mohamed Aslam, 24 from 20. The captain there at the end. Ravija, we've actually done him a misjustice. Got 1 more, 84 from 38. 9-wicket victory for Kuwait. Dominant from Ravija Sandaran. And what was a disappointing performance from Saudi Arabia with the ball in the end. Adil Butt, the only man to take a wicket, 1 for 14. Captain Shoaib Ali went for 31 without taking a wicket from 2 overs. Imran Yusuf also gone for 35. None of the players will want to look back on those stats in too much of a hurry. Thanks to Ravija Sandaran's incredible knock. And as we see there, Saudi Arabia ended up 113 all out when they were 52 for 1 after 5 overs. And it was Mohamed Aslam, the captain, took 2 wickets for 3 runs. Syed Monib, 2 for 19 as well. And Anzar on debut, 3 for 35. Faisal Khan was excellent with the bat, 26 off 11 balls, but once he departed, Saudi innings fell apart. And you see in response there, Ravija Sajaran, the man of the moment, 84 not out, as they secure Kuwait an opening victory in this Western region, ACC Western region T20 competition. Both will have to quickly turn their attentions to tomorrow's games. You'll see here again on the ACC YouTube channel. I'll be at the helm once again here at Al Amrat Cricket Stadium in Muscat, where the first game of the day will see Iran take on Saudi Arabia at 9:30 local time, before Kuwait and the UAE, the two teams that have won today, and put those winning records on the line at 1:30. Thanks to everyone for joining us. Barney Reid has been calling these two games in Group B today, and hopefully we'll see you again, same time, same place tomorrow.